How's it going, everybody? Hope you're doing well. Welcome back. So I've been working on this model for a long time now. It's for something I can't really talk about too much, but it is going to be fun. But I took about 2 months off from working on this just because I got busy, and I think the BGM might be a little bit too loud. Let me lower this a little bit more. At the very least, it's too loud for me, and it's making thinking hard. So, I'm not disappointed with how it's been coming out, but I feel like I could definitely do better going back into it. There's a lot of weird things going on with the shading and a lot of the, especially in the body, a lot of the way the vertices and the faces are handling. So it's shading weird. There's some lumpy spots where there shouldn't be lumps. I don't really like what I do with the elbows and the arms either. I definitely want to start over there. And I could sit here and spend hours tweaking this all around. But I also want to redo the head as well, since this did not come out anywhere near as good as it should have. Shape-wise, it's generally pretty good, but like this part of the face here should definitely be brought forward more and be a little bit flatter to help get that anime effect that we're seeing here. So with that, I set up a new project. This was the last thing I worked on this version of the project. I'm probably going to leave this alone and hold on to the file in case I decide to jump back here and just start tweaking things altogether from this point of view. But for the time being, we're going to start over and start redoing redoing Neko's head. If you'll also notice as well, the reference image is based on an older version of the model. I'm going to be using her new outfit. But this reference image here, especially what Snacks did in the background here, to tweak it, works a lot better for what I'm doing. Hey, what's going on, newest? Hope you're doing well. So with that, let's open up the new attempt. This is going to be attempt 3 as well. I've actually started and stopped working on this project 3 times now. The first time I completely mangled the head. The second time I did a lot better, but it still could use some work, which is what we're going to be starting with here. And on the I lost myself here. On the second attempt, I did a lot better with the head, and I did very well with the body as well, but there's some things there that I think could be redone better. So that's what I'm going to be doing. If there's anything with the audio being weird, if you can't hear me or the music's too quiet, you want the music louder or anything like that, just let me know as well. I am still playing around with having background music on for stuff like this. But, yeah. I'm start jumping back into this. First thing I want to do here is start cutting this up into some more vertices here. So, we're going to go back into this view. Going to set this to edit mode. Control R. I think Control R is the right one. Yep, Control R so we can get some lines in here. And let's do... For now, let's do 4 cuts and have them centered, and we'll go from there. We're going to be working with that a lot in the side view here, as it's just kind of the cleanest way to start moving them around and whatnot. And what I'm going to do with the eyes is I'm going to keep, instead of having the eyes come back this far, I think I'm going to keep this eye shape, but flatter into the face, if that makes sense. I think that'll work a little bit better for what I'm trying to go for, effect-wise. So we're going to move this down, definitely. What we want to try to do here is pierce off where the eyes are going to be, where the nose is going to be, the mouth, and try to get loops out of those. So for now, we're just going to start pulling things forward to match the line shape here of the head. It's not going to be perfect. It's just kind of how this stuff works, especially early on when you first start working on a model. But as you start adding more detail, it ends up getting a lot closer to what you actually want. And make some extrusions here as well to try to start rounding out the head here on the side view. Like so. And hopefully these should line up about the same number of vertices, and if they don't, I can always pop back into over here, Control R, put another edge loop in. Like so. We should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the top of the head here. And let's see. I am definitely winging the hell out of this as well. Again, I'm not a professional at this by any means. I know how the tools generally work. I kind of know what shapes I'm looking for. But I'm not a professional. I don't really know how to finesse things. I'm not skilled as an artist, I guess I want to say, to 100% know where things are going to be. So if any of you guys are watching and you are 3D modelers, things like that, and you see me doing something really dumb, point it out for me, please. Generally, when I work on games, I do more of the programming end of things and gameplay and whatnot. Definitely not the art. And yeah, we're going to start working out loops and stuff in the faces as well. What I'm also going to do here is occasionally flick this on and off so I can see where things should kind of be in the front view. Does not work for the side view, however. This is purely just for front view. So we're going to ignore any facial detail on the side view, since it just straight up doesn't line up. This stuff will line up with the front view, however, properly. Mouth, etc., etc. So we want those details for this kind of stuff from this view here. Alright, let's flick this on. What I also want to do is try to get these guys kind of flush as well, which I think I can do 0? No, maybe not. SZ0, there we go. So keep these mostly in line for the time being. It's going to make things look weird, but they're all properly lined up now. So when I go to grab them with that 3D view on, they will grab together. More or less. Oops. Pull this down a little bit. At chin level. But the rest of these should all be good now. C0, C0. Yep. Okay. Let's bring these down to about here, I suppose. Hey, what's going on, Gazaro? Hope you're doing well. How you been? It's been a while. Let's bring that down. Let's bring this down as well. Just a little bit. And again, what I want to try to do right now is get like that front face definition done well. And then from there, I'm going to start working on making things look proper in the side view as well. You know what else I think I'm going to do real quick? I don't usually do this way, but I want to try it out. I want to try to get the full face profile out of the way real quick. Oops. But I want to try to do it this way, where I try to line up these as well, so everything is more or less symmetrical. Not 100%, especially as things get tweaked later on. You've got monkey ear? Nice. Return to monkey. That is the way. But yeah, I want to try to get these lined up, kinda. So hopefully when I start adding more definition to this, it'll end up being a little, that's what I'm looking for. A little bit smoother. How about me? I'm doing alright. I had kind of a rough semester, but I've got the... Oh, what is going on there? Uh-oh. So, I just looked over at my other screen and I made a boo-boo here. I accidentally grabbed both sides here, which I didn't want to do. Not a problem, though. We just delete these vertices and it goes back to normal. But yeah, I had kind of a rough semester, but that's done with now. I've got a free summer, more or less. I got some part-time work, but that's not a big deal. So, hopefully more streams. I'm hoping to get this done, hopefully within maybe 2 months. I gotta see what kind of time I get to work on it. I also picked up a contract to work on a game that I can't really talk too much about either. It's not anything big, it's not gonna pay well either, it's like an educational thing. So I'm gonna be working on that a lot as well. But overall I'm doing alright. Let's bring this up here as well. And then we can go from here to here and fill that with a line. Cool. Oh, oops. Don't like that. Okay, we're going to delete that vertex altogether for the time being. At least leave that like this. Baby steps with the semesters? Yeah. University and college can be rough. Especially when you get like a big workload dumped on you. Or when you get like a capstone kind of a class where it's like this is the last class for your degree. It can get rough sometimes, especially with group work. And especially group work with people who don't know how to work in groups. It ends up being an experience. Alright, so let's see. Actually, you know what I'll do? Let's try this for now. Oops. Try filling that in there. X. Bring it over this way. There we go. So for the time being, we have that. Again, what I'm most worried about is accidentally bringing the eyes out too far, like I was showing you guys before in the old version. Because when you do that, you can't really get the effect you want with anime eyes. What kind of needs to happen, there's like 2 ways to do eyes in Blender that I know of. You recognize that cat girl? I hope you do, Cliff. Auriculars. I'm not sure what an auriculars is. Can you guys have, can you guys hear me? If you can't hear me well, let me know. I'll change the audio settings. Or do you mean you don't have headphones? Can you hear me either way? Alright, cool. Now what's going on, Cliff? Hope you're doing well, dude. The volume doesn't let me transform your words into something. Okay. I see. I can try to turn it up a little bit. I don't want to accidentally end up peeking the mic out, though. Gotcha. Alright. So, for now, I'm going to stop with that little weird side bit there. I want to bring this up, however. Actually, no. We'll leave that there for now. This stuff here, we're going to do one of these. Bring forward a little bit. And also bring back here, maybe? Let's see. 3D modeling's hard. Definitely not a professional at this stuff. There are tutorials and stuff, and I spent a lot of time working with them to learn how to just use the tools. It just ends up becoming a matter of trying to figure out how you want to do things after a while. Alright, I don't like this actually, so I'm going to delete all that. I was hoping to try to avoid another step doing it that way, but that's just not going to work out the way I want it to. So we'll block off the nose for now here. And when we block off the nose here, what we can start doing is pulling out, it's hard to process all the other noises around you. Oh, I get that. I actually have a problem with that too. There are like certain words, I'll hear the word, and at the same time completely not hear the word. And I'll have to have somebody to repeat themselves maybe 2 or 3 times just to try to understand what they're saying. I don't want to accidentally... Yeah, I don't want to accidentally do that though. So I have to be careful because of how I line those up so I don't accidentally grab loops I don't mean to grab. And I also need to put another loop right here. For bottom lip, so I can cut out this. So what I want to do also is cut this little guy over here out. I probably could have just put this on. Whatever. There's a way to set this so you can select faces versus edges or vertices, but I tend to just work mostly in vertices and take the long way to do things. It's just how I kind of do them. Yeah, I'm gonna add the nose later. What I'm gonna do first is block out the loops for the mouth, which will kind of make it so when I start adding rigging and start animating, the mouth will move properly. And then after I'm done with those loops, I'm gonna put the nose shape in and go from there. as well as eyes and whatnot. Basically, what you want to do is block out the proper shapes for like the eyes, the mouth, the head itself. Get the whole head done that way. And then start working on like the nose, the ears, hair, etc., etc. I'm not sure if I'm going to touch hair before or after I start working on the body. I think I want to get the head completely done first this time around. And then start working on the body. You can change the vertices, edges, and faces 1, 2, 3 respectively. Actually, I think you're right, but not the number pad. Yep, there you are. You're right. Yeah, I spent a lot of time working with the number pad, flipping between front and side and top view when I actually have something to work with top view. And I always forget that the number bar on the top also does things. Alright, let's see. So yeah, this is what I was talking about though, wanted to bring down. If I bring this down here, oops. Like this will be where the nose shape is going to start from later. I'll show you in a second. It's a little bit weird to kind of do it without having an example, at least in my opinion. And I need one more loop in here. Here. And from there, what I'm going to do is cut this out. 3, 4. I only want to knock the face out here, so... Oh, face and edge. Edges and face. I didn't want that, though. Oops. So what I meant was grabbing like this. I'm going to turn... I'll leave this on for now. And extruding like here. And then rotating it. And getting that basic mouth shape done properly. No worries there, Gazaro. Definitely going to be doing that. I don't like the way this just came out, so I want to... There we go. And extrude. And rotate. And from here, I think I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's what I meant by blocking out the mouth. Like, now it's a proper loop that I can build off of to get the proper shape. And I'm going to have to tweak it a lot more later on. Oh, before I forget, because I'm dumb and I'm forgetting right now, I need to go into here and turn on a mirror modifier so I'm working in both views at once. That way I now have the left and right side both happening. Otherwise my brain will die trying to work on this. Okay, there we go. And back into, oops. Back into edit mode. I am so glad I caught that. We'll leave that alone for now. I'm definitely gonna have to do something with that though. Alright, so we got that blocked out. And I'm gonna have to go back in and add more definition to this later. But I also want to get the eyes started so they don't become a problem later. And the eyes, in my opinion, are kind of rough. I always have problems with eyes in 3D. We're gonna see how this goes. Let's put a I'm gonna try putting a cut in here. Oops. And part of the problem is I don't want to accidentally lose where this nose shape is going to be. But with the eyes being set in a little bit lower here, it's going to be a little bit tricky. What I might end up doing is going into Photoshop later and cutting this out and bringing it up and redoing this whole part. I am not really sure just yet how I'm going to handle that. But we'll see. It'd be what it do sometimes. Alright. I got this here. And I'm going to need another one. Oops. put a cut in here. Like so. Oops. Another one here. And we're going to do the same thing we did before with extruding out. And this is going to look really janky at first. It'll fill in and look better over time. There we go. Flatten that out a little bit. Bring this up here. Oops. Rotate that. Squish it a little bit so it's not too janky in size. Extrude out again. Take. And you're also going to see a little bit how the model is not like 100%. What's what I'm looking for? Symmetrical in the drawing here. That's not a problem. I'm going to be focusing on the right side to get the shapes that I want. Blender a few days ago, again for personal fun of mine. Got into learning how to do UV mapping. I hate UV mapping. I'm extremely bad at it, and I definitely need to practice a lot more of it. I learned how to do it mostly in Maya, not so much in Blender. And even in Maya, which is supposed to be the industry standard, it's not a fun time in my opinion. You know what I want to do here? Hold on. Is this an important shape? This is not an important shape. So what I'm going to do here is grab this. Bring this up here. And I want this Y. Okay. And we'll fill that in. From here, I'm also going to need to go into here. And I think I'm going to try to do this way. Try to finish off this eye shape. At least sort of finish off the eye shape anyway. 1, 2. Put another cut right here. UV's the only thing you're alright at? Yeah, I don't know what it is. I've always had problems with unwrapping UVs. And also, once I start trying to do like the texturing and the art itself, it starts falling apart for me. I'm not a very, I'm not inclined at all when it comes to drawing. 3D modeling, I'm not terrible at. I'm not great at it. But actual, like, drawing and stuff, yeah, so I've been basically working on this same model for a while. This is my third time starting over on it. Just because there's things in the last version I didn't really like too much. As well as in the original version, I really didn't like. Alright, let's go back in here. Get another one of these up here. We'll get there. Yeah, it'd be that way sometimes. Alright. So I can also start getting in here and manipulating this a little bit to try to get some more, just to get this like properly in the eye shape that I want. Down here a little bit. Oops. Why? Oh boy, I didn't like that. Okay. Let's pull this down a little bit. And what I'm also trying to do is keep the shapes more, the loops as like together as I can. When you start getting weird shapes like this going off this way like this, it starts causing problems a little bit. So I just want to try to keep things as straight as I can for the time being as I'm making the model very blocky. When will I model a box? Hold on, I got you. Bam. 3D box model. Let's go. It would actually be like insanely easy for me to do my model in 3D. I just haven't really had time or a need to do so. All right, where was I? Thank you, thank you. Many, many years of practice. That. Okay, getting somewhere, getting somewhere. This stuff I want to start bringing closer together as well. Which unfortunately means shapes are going to get kind of janky for a little bit, but it'd be that way sometimes. And oh, that's all kinds of janky. Hold up, wait a minute. I don't like that. Alright, we're going to go back in here real quick and start pulling these back. Try to get an actual proper shape out of this. Don't know what happened here. Don't like that though. Pull that down here. Pull that forward. There we go. Again, very blocky early on. Internet died for a sec right after you said bam. Should end the stream as a joke. Oh no. No. Where's the candy at? There isn't any. Congratulations, you've been kidnapped. You should have listened when your parents said don't get in the van with the candy. Pull that up. Okay. That's looking a little bit better than how it was before. That being said, not much. These early shapes really do end up being kind of scary and unpleasant to look at least in my opinion. Okay. This doesn't have to be as low as it is, so I'm going to bring this up a bit. Yeah, there we go. And that should help get the nose shape back a little bit. It's also not going to be 100% to the images that I'm using as references either. It's just you can't 100% bring 2D to 3D like that. It just doesn't work out. Don't worry, Gazaro was just a joke for the notification. Okay. We're getting somewhere. I don't know where we're going, but we're going somewhere. One of the things I kind of don't... I have a problem with is trying to keep... Yeah, because that's going to end up being so much there. Don't want to end up losing that much of the face like that. Let's try... Try that, try to get... Okay. That kind of did what I wanted it to do, actually. I'll take it. And I'm not going to start using it too much just yet, but I want to get one of these in here before I forget again. Subdivision surface, which will give us how it's going to look later on when it's done. And has a lot more polygons. What a subdivision does is it basically... This guy here is going to... take this and divide it up and add a lot more polygons automatically, which in theory should give the model the right... what am I looking for? The right level of detail that we want. while still having the, let me see if I can pull this up. While still having the original shape. Going to edit mode, you should be able to see the original mesh and where it's subdividing. There we go. And thankfully we can turn that on and off as we need to. So like, I'm going to do a lot of my work. Yeah, definitely sure it's just a joke. I'm going to be doing a lot of my work like this in a very blocky, low poly form. And occasionally what I'll do is I'll go over here and click this on to just see if it's doing what I want it to do properly. And then maybe add more loops and whatnot to make sure I'm definitely getting that proper definition. As for over here though, we want at least one more loop in here, definitely. And maybe even one more. So we turn that on, we should have like a decent place to start with the lip shape. Like so. You know what? I'm going to keep that down to just one for now. One extra one. Eventually when I do the inside of the mouth, it's going to hopefully help things out a little bit. Lip shapes are kind of hard though. I really don't like I don't like working with them too much early on. Alright. So for now we definitely want to start getting the actual full face shape in here. How do I want to go about this? Sorry if I suddenly go silent like this. It's kind of just me thinking. I also might start muttering to myself. That's just kind of how I work through problems. Alright. Let's... I don't want to mess around with this too much right now. Let's kind of see if we can do this real quick. Try to get these all lined up a little bit better. There we go. No problem? Cool. Alright. I don't need to add more definition to the head shape just yet. I definitely want to, So what I'm kind of worried about right now is not getting the head shape out as well as I need to. Like this here should not be like this. This all needs to get pulled out this way. Without accidentally breaking the model like I just did. Alright, I think we're going a little bit too far with that, so I'm going to bring that back like this. Let's see. Don't want to download a basic model to work from it? Not really. It's not... how do I explain it? A part of me doing a lot of these projects and starting from bare bones scratch is also so I can learn how to do them. To have them in my portfolio. My goal is within the next 2 years to hopefully be working at a professional studio somewhere. Either AAA or an indie studio that can afford to pay me or whatnot. Or even have my own studio going. That said, the more things I can do from scratch and be like, hey, I can do this. I have no problem doing this. I can do that. The better it looks. And even if I'm not working on that, I know how it works. Like, since I know how 3D modeling works, I can work with the artists a lot better for things that would become problems in the game itself. Like, hey, don't do that shape like that. It's going to fuck up the, it's going to cause problems with the, whatchamacallit, brain melting. It's going to deform weird in the engine, or things like that. That's what I'm looking for. Like, the elbows might bend weird and it's not going to look right. Hey, what's going on, John? Hope you're doing well. Doctor's appointment. Uh-oh. Hope everything goes right, dude. Bring this in here. A little bit here. Alright, now I know how to actually start getting this face shape in properly. So first thing I'm going to do here is bring this down to get the chin. And let's start doing this, like this. So we can get quads. What I don't want to get is like triangles in any of these shapes. There want to be 4 vertices connecting each thing. So that way they deform a little better as well. Weights, bones, and shit. Yeah, exactly. Some of, I haven't run into it too much since most of the games I've worked on have been 2D. But last semester I worked on a VR game, and I noticed that because of the way they used Mixamo to get animations, the artists that were working on the team with me, it gave me a lot of headaches in Unity trying to get the animations to look proper. Like, things were bending at weird angles where they shouldn't have and whatnot, and it just ended up kind of being a disaster. A funny disaster, but a disaster nonetheless. Alright. So I got that there. Do one here, one here. And we can definitely use this to try to get some of that face shape a lot better. Uh-oh. Pull that back. Oops. Pull that back. Definitely want to pull that back. I actually want to pull that forward. Pull it back to here for now and pull this back to... Oops. What did I just grab? Oh, oops. There's an extra vertice in here. Look at that. There we go. Don't like what's going on there, however. I'm gonna... How do we want to tweak that? Let's try one of these. I might need to put another loop in here to try to pull that out and flesh it out a little bit better. Face broken, computer is too. Uh-oh. Oh, no. How many hours did it take to get to this level of proficiency? That's a good question. So I've been learning 3D modeling on and off for like 5 years. But that being said, that's me maybe working on 1 or 2 simple models every year just to play around with it. Where I learned a lot was honestly in a 3D animation class I took back in 2021, I think last year, like in the springtime. And I learned a lot of about like loops and stuff, which helped a lot. The final project we did for that was working on a character, which I might be able to pull up towards the end of the stream, show you guys. Basically, we were supposed to just go find a reference image, make the character into 3D, and then pose them into a scene or make an animation with them. I had to do all that while I had COVID, so I kind of totally gave up on the UV, on mapping and texturing and all that, and I just had the model sitting in a very simple scene to finish up the project. But it was honestly a lot of fun to work on, and I learned a lot about getting proper loops and stuff, which really is helping with what I'm working on right now. This can be brought back a little bit. If you ever just see me start suddenly filling things in like this and then undoing it, I'm just kind of trying to see where shapes are going to start lying when I actually fill them in. This actually doesn't look that bad though, so I might keep that. Can I get a loop in here? I can get a loop in here. Okay, I want that. I very much want that. And with that, I can pull this down a little bit, pull this down a little bit. Leave that there for now, though. This guy here, what is you doing? I'm gonna have to work on how that's coming out. I don't really like how the chin's coming out there. But up here in this part of the side of the face, I'm actually kind of liking what's happening. That's doing exactly what I want it to do. More or less. Okay. We're getting places there. I'm gonna start doing some more with the eyes as well. Now, I want to get some more proper loops in here than what I currently have. So, to start facilitating that, I'm going to start... you know what? I'm going to put another split in here. Okay, there we go. Hopefully with that, I should be able to get like an actual loop in here, I think. Maybe not. I don't think it wants me to give me a full loop. That's annoying. What I'm hoping to do here... Okay, I see how I'm going to stop this. I'm going to split here. Oops. How do I subdivide this? Do one of these here. One of these here. Now when I go to put a loop in, I should be able to get... Yes. Kind of. So we're going to dissolve this face here. And we're going to do the same thing here, so we don't lose the lines too much. And in hindsight, I probably didn't need to do this. But I want to see something real quick before I keep going with this. So now what I'm going to try to do is use the, oops. I don't know why I did that. That was dumb. Okay, there we go. Put an Easter egg in the body. Literal egg. Oh god, the problems that would cause with the, that would cause so many problems with, trying to rig up, like, skeletons and stuff. Okay. So from here, what I'm gonna try to do is use the knife tool if I can remember where the heck they put it. There it is. I don't know why they changed the, They kind of changed the knife tool, and I don't know why. And I also don't like the way they did it. I'm gonna end up with triangles there. I don't want triangles. Okay, I can avoid that. I know exactly what I can do with that. No, I don't like how that's gonna come out. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna undo all the garbage I just did. Undo all this. Undo that, undo that, undo that. And I'm just going to take the L and get this extra set of lines in here. Yeah, exactly. Triangle's bad. Triangle's yucky. Triangles hate. Okay. And now I can probably run a subdivision right... I don't want to do that, though. Okay. I was trying to avoid having a full... No, you know what? No, this is blocked out in a way that it won't matter, I don't think. I'm just going to run the knife through here. And that should not leave me with any triangles. That should leave me with all... Yeah. No. I see what that's doing. Okay, I don't like that. Okay, whatever. We'll leave that alone for now. The old saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It ain't that broken, so I ain't gonna fix it. Pull this up a little bit. Because if we look at this, if we hide the model altogether, Neko's eye shape is kind of unique here with the way it what's the word I'm looking for? Brain no work. Anyway, I want to try to get this part of the eye shape proper, as well as how it becomes sharp on the far side. See, usually with a lot of like anime style eyes, the eye shape is generally, if it's sharp all the way around. If it's rounded, it's more rounded all the way around. Neko's kind of combines it both. Pull this back up. And just trying to make sure I get that right. And you know what I think I want? Another edge here. I think that might help. Yeah, that helps a little bit. Okay, let's tune that down though. Uh-oh. That's another problem too. You have to be careful working with subdivisions because you get stuff like that every once in a while. And that's no bueno. Okay, there we go. Pull that down there. What I could do is... How do I do that again? There's a way to get the... There we go. So what I wanted was the original shapes and what they'll end up looking like. Like that. So I don't completely butcher the original shapes while trying to tweak things. This is actually a really nice tool of Blender's that I don't think Maya has as well, being able to see what you're doing while also looking at the subdivision. Yeah, okay, we're getting places here. This is definitely coming out a lot better than my last attempt at this. So overall, I'm pretty happy about that. What I'm not looking forward to right now is the nose, however. Alright, we turn this off for now. Nice gas mask. Honestly, yeah, not a bad way to look at that. Let me see. Oops. I accidentally closed the other window. So I have a second window open on my other screen, where I'm literally looking at this in both views while I'm working on it. Just to kind of make sure I'm not completely butchering anything. Like, horrifically, like this. Definitely gonna need to get some work done on it. I'm probably gonna need to put some more... I think I need to run another edge through here as well to help with that shape going on here. Just to help define it a little bit better. And I think what I'm gonna end up doing is putting another loop through the lips here. And then pulling this stuff in a little bit to get like that actual, like the way lips kind of go inwards a little bit. If that makes sense. Like around the loop here. How this would kind of come inwards, but if there's another loop around it, that is out, you get like an actual kind of effect of a lip shape. Although I'm gonna actually do it the right way and not like that. Alright, let me get this back off to my other screen. Oops. And let me get back in the proper views as well. There we go. It's very nice doing 3D modeling with a second screen. It ends up helping a lot with trying to keep your shapes proper. At least in my opinion. And it also helps that I don't have this cut up into 3 screens. So back when I first started learning how to 3D model, I used to literally have my screen split up like this. and I would be working in one view and all this, and everything is super cramped and small, and it's just not nice. I gotta figure out how to remember how to get rid of these now. There we go. Having it on 2 screens is a lot nicer. I definitely recommend that setup for anybody learning to do 3D modeling. And if you're learning to sculpt, get a screen tablet, definitely. Sculpting with a mouse is pure agony without the pressure sensitivity. What was that, Fig? Wait, what? Having 2 screens, or? You can. So with Blender, what you can do is if you go up into Window and hit New Window, it'll open a new window with nothing in it, totally blank. So like now I have literally 3 windows going on here, all of Blender. So what I do is I create a second window, like uh-oh. I just lost chat from that, oops. There we go. So like what I did was I created a second window and just moved it to my other screen. And I actually have it half-sized, and I also have chat on the screen here as well, so I can see what you guys are saying while I'm working too. I don't need this window though. And that second window will stay, so if you save the project and close it out, and then open it up again, the second window will just immediately pop back up. It's super convenient. You can also, no, yeah, I think you have to set that for every project. I don't think that's like something you can set to default for every project. But that's how I like working anyway. And other people find that they don't like working that way. It all really just kind of depends. Alright, let's start working on the nose, though. I'll start pulling these back as well, trying to get the shapes here that are here on the other ones. Let's see if I can start getting this mouth shape properly pulled apart here. Covering half my screen for years. Oh no. How long how long have you been working with Blender? Because I've not. That might have been something they added in like 2.8. I don't remember if 2.7 could do that. And I started working in 2.7. I'm glad I could help. Knowing I made somebody else's life a little bit easier is a great thing. Oh yeah, definitely gonna need to put a couple of some lines in here to help the definition of this out. I have to work in 2.79. Ooh. Pop it open if you can right now and take a look, see if you can do that. I think you can still do it. I'm not positive. I didn't know about it until recently also, though. I used to only have one screen up until last year, so I just never thought about it. How do I want to do this? Okay. Let's put an edge here, I guess. Another edge here as well. I'm trying to keep the symmetry with these edges as best as I can so things work properly. The last thing I want to deal with is this completely crapping itself. In here. And we'll do that, and we'll do that. And we'll do one of these. And we're going to do one of these. And we're going to do one of these. And one of these. And now for one of the most horrifying things. Here's how mouths work in 3D models. For anybody who's not really into 3D modeling and game design and whatnot, you've probably never seen too much of this before. Mouths are scary. This is why every once in a while if you clip inside a model, you're like, oh god, what is that? Why? There's basically just a big bulb, for lack of better words, inside the mouth. And it's not really pretty. Uh-oh. I forgot to turn on clipping. That's a huge problem. Alright, we're going to go back all the way to here. I'm going to turn clipping on, so I don't have that happen again. Uh-oh. I'm going to turn clipping on so we don't have that happen again. Here we go. This is one of my least favorite parts of modeling, hands down. Is trying to get the inside of the mouth shape down properly. You know what? I'm being dumb. There we go. Uh-oh. Okay, that should help a little bit. So we're gonna start scaling that on the Z-axis. Oh, they clipped together, because of course they did. Pain. It works in 2.79. Let's go. Oh, thanks for the sub, Fig. I appreciate that. I'm glad that worked for you. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna do this way. I can't think of a better way to do this. God damn it. Uh-oh. There we go. Pull that in on the x-axis just a little bit. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. And then there should be a way to collapse this, but I don't think I need to collapse it that way. I think it's... Oops. I think that'll be fine. Okay, so now we got an inside of the mouth set up. This will also later on make life much easier. Ooh. You know what? In theory, that shouldn't be moving too much, so I'm not too worried about that. I think it'll be alright for now. Worst comes to, that's something I can go back and fix. This nightmare fuel right here. Okay. And now we're going to start working out more head shape. Two, three, four, 5 and 6. These are all going to need to get pulled back. Oops. I could have sworn somewhere along the way Windows changed what control click and shift click did. I remember years ago playing strategy games, like, I'm talking like 2003, 2004, when I was a kid, and using shift click between 2 points to select everything, and control to get them one at a time. Now it's control to get everything in between 2 points, and shift to get them one at a time, and to this day my brain can't, like, comprehend it flawlessly. What I could be doing here is doing this, and making my life a little bit easier. Two, three, so this one goes here. And these two come this way. Windows file shift click is to shift grab everything, control to grab one at a time. Yeah, I feel like they changed it between Windows XP and Windows 7, and I don't know why. It's probably just me misremembering from when I was a kid. But something about it just feels different than how it used to. Just want to undo this because that didn't come out the way I wanted it to. Let's see. I want to bring this up, actually. Let's do this. Try to get this whole thing in line. There we go. Probably do the same up here as well. I'm basically trying super hard to keep as much of this stuff in line as I can right now, just to make my life easier later on. Oops. Uh-oh. And hopefully try not to completely melt this entire thing. This isn't coming out bad. This is actually coming out a lot better than the last time I tried this. Interesting. I'm cool with it. Let's see. At some point I want to get in here and do... Yeah, there we go. Oops. This a little bit. Once we start getting over here, things are going to have to start radiating outwards and in angles, so I'm not too worried about the corners here. But for, like, the front and side features, the best I can do, I want to try to keep things as together as I can. I think that'll end up working out a little bit better. For now, though, oops. Oh, that's right. I also need to get a loop. Oh, I should have got that loop in here before all that happened. Oh, well, that shouldn't be too big of a deal. That should help a little bit with trying to get this chin shape a little bit neater. Maybe? I don't know. We'll find out. One step at a time. I don't mind sitting here for hours tweaking vertices. I don't really have anything else to be doing. It's not a big loss for me. Excuse me. Sorry. actually want to get these lined up properly, though, 100%. Okay. This is doing things. I don't know if the things I want, but it's doing things. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go. It's probably making a little bit of a mess in here, though. Yeah. That's not a big loss. I can go back in here and tweak things as I need to. I don't like what's happening with the chin shape here, though. What I'm going to do is pull this out a little bit here. And I think, oops. This is going to be one of those spots where, like I was saying before, you can't really 100% get it just the way you want it. And you got to start playing with things and just making them work for you. Let's see. Can I get another loop in here? I can. Good. And I think with this loop here, what I can try to do is pull that forward there, pull this up, so we get like an actual definitive chin shape. Pull this forward a little bit here. I'm going to want one more loop in here as well. Oops. I don't know why it's selecting those two, but I want these two. There we go. So when we throw that back on, it should give us some kind of a lip shape here. Sorta. .3D modeling can very easily turn into a special kind of hell sometimes. It's fun and I really enjoy it, but man, does it aggravate me sometimes. Okay. Turn this back off. One, two, three. Don't want threes. We do not want threes. Threes are bad. If we can avoid threes, we're going to do so. What would be the best way to go about that? You know what? This might just be a spot where I'm going to have a triangle. I don't think I can get away from it here. So I'm going to start leveling this out. And take the L. I don't really like tries just because when you start deforming things, they get weird sometimes. Not always, but every once in a while when you get like a face with 3 points, it just ends up... Something ends up going wrong when you start trying to animate. Again, not always. Just every once in a while. You want to try to keep an even number of vertices if you can. So, like, quads, generally. Versus tries. At least from my experience. I could be very much wrong again. I'm not a professional at this. I was just always taught to avoid them at all costs. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I know there's a way to join faces too. I don't remember how to do it though, so I'm not going to play with that too much. I have no idea what just happened there. But okay, I guess that's what we're doing. Oops. It's fine. No harm, no foul. Hey, Squeaky. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Alright. Let's grab this. Let's pull this out. Oops. So we can keep this face shape kind of proper. As proper as we can anyway. There we go. I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain too much. Did that end up with two? Okay, no, it was just a weird spot here. Okay, so we'll pull this back to the left. I was trying to avoid this triangle here as much as I could, but it be what it do. All's Gucci, glad to hear. That's the best way for things to be. I don't want to pull that in too much. Z. Try to get a little bit more. I want to try to get a little bit more sharpness in this eye here. I think that works a little bit better. I'm definitely gonna have to go back in here at some point and add more vertices, but for now I think that's pretty good. 7 p.m. your time? That's new. Usually it's around midnight. Oh, geez. Yeah, so when I try to do, like, Blender stuff, I try to do it a little bit earlier, like around... It gets noonish for me. It just ends up working for my brain. I also had a day off. Normally I do any kind of stuff like this or game development on a Saturday or Sunday. And I usually try to take off on those days anyway. So, on Saturdays and Sundays, I'm definitely going to stream around this time. Yeah. I think tomorrow I'm going to start working on a project for what was it? Oh, so what I'm working on tomorrow is going to be like the starting of a simple air quotes, very big air quotes around simple MMO server. And the reason I'm working on that is I want to pad my resume and portfolio a little bit. And what that'll do is give me the hey, I know how to do netcode. Not only that, I made a simple, air quotes, MMO where people can go run around this town and do a couple quests with 10, 20, 30, 40 other players on a server. In theory. Very much in theory. I have no idea if I'm going to be able to get this to work or not. I'm hoping to do it with Unity, yeah. And then on Sunday, I'm going to be starting to learn, start learning Unreal Engine in C++. There we go. Thank you, English language. I knew you could do it. And I've never touched C++ or Unreal before, so I'm kind of excited to start playing around with those as well. Okay. That's okay. We can do that. Let's see. So, for doing anime characters' eyes, there's kind of a trick to it. There's two. Oh, I was talking about this before. There's two ways to do eyes. You can do eyes by doing this, and this is going to be absolute nightmare fuel, and I apologize in advance for what I'm about to do. Ah, I see what I have to do. I have to turn clipping off real quick. There we go. Oops. There we go. So, two ways to do eyes. There's this way, which I don't really like too much, especially for anime characters. It just doesn't come out well. Actually, this is the best I've ever gotten it to look, maybe. Yeah, it's hard to do it this way. You basically literally jam spheres into the eye sockets. Oops, let me rotate these two as well. So you can do eyes this way. I don't like this way. It does not work well for anime style characters. It works very well for realistic characters and a lot of Western art styles. It does not work for anime characters. I'm going to delete that entire thing and pretend it never happened. I use UE4 and 5 and C++ sometimes. Give some pointers. Oh yeah, definitely. I'd really appreciate that.
Yeah.
So what I'm planning to do is just kind of explore the engine a little bit, and then pop open Visual Studio, I think, in C++ and start figuring out how variables work, loops, etc., etc. So it'll be a lot of me just kind of sitting here reading through whatchamacallit. Honestly, probably either like W3 Schools or one of the other websites that have all kinds of different references. Fun times. I know the syntax for C++ is very different from C# and Java from what I know, but at the same time, everything kind of works the same way. That's my understanding of it anyway. I don't like what's going on here. Actually, what's going on there is kind of fine. I was just at a weird angle. So another thing, too, you have to be careful with 3D is there's orthographic view like this, and which also is how the front and side views work. And then there's perspective view. And perspective is how things are going to look like in a game or whatnot. So you want to make sure both look good. It'll be fun. The engine has nice online docs, just like Unity. Oh, cool. Wait a minute. Unity's documentation's kind of spotty. Unity's documentation is great until you start messing with some kind of an air quotes new feature. And by new, I mean something that they made within the last 5 years. And then the documentation's total nightmare fuel, and they very barely explain what it's actually doing. Like the new input system drives me absolutely insane, just because of how badly they set up the documentation for it. All right, I want to turn off this view for now. So I really want to try to get in here with another loop, but I can't get the loop to do what I want it to do. 100%. So I might end up with some weird geometry later on. Anyway, what I wanted to show is the other way to do... I broke something here. I'm not sure what. Where did my toolbox go? There it is. The other way to do anime style eyes is we do something similar to how I did the mouth here, but with the eye sockets. Make sure nothing is accidentally jutting out. It is a little bit. That's okay. We can do that. Don't like how that loop in there got kind of weird. I think Alt-click gives you a whole loop, or Alt-Shift-click. Maybe not. Okay, I guess there's no way to click, select the entire loops anymore. Whatever. So anyway, the other way to do anime-style eyes is kind of like this. You hollow out the inside of the eye. You leave it totally white, and what you'll do is you'll create a plane. Oops, add... plane, and we're going to want to rotate that on the x-axis 90 degrees. We're going to turn off clipping again, pull it apart, turn clipping back on, scale it down, and I'm going to go in here and completely subdivide this thing, pull all the corners in, pull this down a little bit, pull this up a little bit. Scale the whole thing down. I don't remember how to change the colors of things. Give me 1 second to get into materials and see if I can... New material, base color. Give me base color, thank you. Neko's eyes are kind of a bluish teal, I think. Actually, a little bit right there. A little bit darker than that. Something like that. Sign, select, oops. Don't want that. I think I just want to get into this area here. I don't remember how to do this exactly. Oh, okay, I didn't want to do that. Oops. Ah, whatever. We'll just nuke this material, pretend it never happened. There we go. So anyway, I can just show you how this is on normal, without all that. But what you'll basically do is you'll set the pupil inside the eye socket. So the inside of the eye socket will be totally white, and you'll see some shading on it as well. But the pupil will be properly textured as the pupil, and like the inside of the eye and whatnot, and it'll be able to move around inside of the eye socket properly, and it won't look totally jacked up like the other way did. It's kind of a weird effect to get. The best example you can see of it is in the Xenoblade games. When you'll see a character, you'll notice there's shading inside of the whites of their eyes, but it's shaded like it's literally the eyelid is blocking it. That's exactly what's happening. Moving the texture coordinates only, right? Not exactly. You would have the pupils rigged to move, I think. I'm not 100% positive that's how they do it. I still gotta look up how they animate stuff like that. That is another thing I'm not great at, the animation itself. But yeah, like if I make this, I don't want to mess with it too much right now because it's all technically the same model. But basically if I make this deeper, the pupil would end up properly being where it is. Not the pupil, the iris, I guess. Definitely one of those things I need to look up how they do it. But anyway, nuke this guy again, because I don't need that. I also don't need all the stuff going on in here right now. So I'm actually just going to go back and undo all that. Okay, and for now I want to keep working on where I was working. Let's see. So I'm a little bit worried about this being too flat here, so I think I'm going to pull it back just a little bit more. Not too much, though. If I go back too far, things will look weird, like really weird on the side view, and I don't want that either. I think all this is going to have to get pulled back as well. So we get that actual like nose bridge to where the eye is type of thing going on. This could actually probably come forward a little bit. Yeah. This guy can come forward, I think. I'm trying to prevent weird things going on like this kind of stuff. Where like a line that should be outwards isn't. Okay. Oops. I clicked on something weird. Didn't want that. This is where that other loop would have come in handy. You know what? I'm going to try this. I'm not sure if this is going to do what I want it to do. This could very well just cause me more problems, but I'm going to give it a shot and see what happens. I really was trying to avoid triangles, but whatever. We'll see what happens. Actually, you know what I could try doing? Hold on. I'm still gonna get the triangle, but I want to see if I can get a full loop out of this. Which I think will only give us 2 triangles, which isn't a huge deal. Yeah, I don't think that's actually as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Let's see how that looks with subdivisions on. Okay, that's not terrible. I can work with that. Okay, let's start trying to pull the nose out a little bit as well. So the nose is not going to match 100% where it is on the reference. Yeah, it didn't come out as bad as I thought it would. I thought this was going to cause more problems in this view. Now for the thing that's definitely going to give me a headache, though. The nose. Okay. So I'm going to pull the nose out from here. This face right here. I need to turn clipping back on. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Okay. Let's get back in here like this. Subdivide. Okay. Oh yeah, it's gonna have to get pulled out a little bit further. Definitely gonna have to pull that out further. Top of that, this is gonna have to come up a little bit. But not too much because that happens. Noses are another one of those things I absolutely despise when I'm working on a model. They never do what I want them to do properly. Get the faces. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. If I knock out that vertex right there, I could probably do this. This might work a little bit better. And I also need to go in here and do one of these. Oops. Slight problem, but that can be fixed. 3, 4, 5. I don't really like having odd shapes like that, but whatever. It's fine. Everything else is connected properly, I believe, except here. Uh-oh. Get rid of that edge. Definitely don't need an edge there. We do need an edge here, however. Remember I said I wanted to avoid triangles? This is one of those spots where you kind of get stuck with triangles. but I'm about to go back through this one more time and limit them as much as I can. So now, in theory, what this should do is give me... Okay. So we're going to go through here and we're going to add... Oh, is this going to fight with me now? I think it's going to fight with me now. Yes, it is. Thanks, Blender. I appreciate it. I very much appreciate it. Okay, so we're going to go into this. That helps at all. Oops. I hate this tool so much. Yeah. Side orthographic definitely helps. Side perspective just ends up being kind of like... okay. That's not what I wanted there. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to save. I should be saving way more often. I'm being dumb right now. And I'm going to open up how I did the last one. Because the nose kind of came out pretty good on the last one. I don't remember how I did it, though. So we're going to jump back a little bit. We're going to select the head. Object mode in the head. Select the head. How the hell did I do this? Very narrow. I actually don't like that, but one single loop, two loop. Okay, I ended up making a lot more loops out of it. I see. In other apps, the tool is called Insert Loop. Yeah, it's called the Edge Loop tool. What happened here, though, is it wasn't letting me use the Edge Loop tool just because of the way the shape is. See, it's only giving me, like... Yeah. Unfortunately, we just jumped back into the tool, so I kind of lost all my undos. Not a big deal. What I'm going to do is... just kind of clear this entire thing up here. Okay, so we're back to where we started there. Okay, that's definitely not what we wanted there. Let's see if I can get an edge loop in here this way. Yeah, this guy here, loop cut. It just ends up being weird sometimes. It just does not like certain shapes and refuses to let them exist. Which I can actually kind of see what's going on here, though. Same problem going on here, only faces. Bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. Let's see if it'll let me use it now. It will not. But yeah, that's why I end up using the knife here, is because that won't cooperate with me, but the knife will. I just need to be a little more precise with it, like this. Uh-oh. I just need to be a little more precise, I say. As I end up being less precise. Nope, that's not what we want. That actually looks a little bit better. Let's see. I'm gonna need to get this. Over here dealt with, though. So, like, at least we're getting nose out of nose bridge now. I'm gonna have to go through here as well real quick. There we go. That's the effect I was kind of going for. Oops. Don't want that, though. And now we're gonna see how badly I just mangled the, Not as bad as I thought it was gonna mangle things. Okay. I thought that was gonna be a lot worse. Ah, yes, my favorite way of working on things. Oh no, there's too many lines, and now I'm starting to lose the vertices. The outlines are exactly that, outlines, showing only extreme vertices, not the in-between ones. Yeah. Yeah, you're not using the subdivision stuff for. Am I behind it all? Oh, no, no delay. Cool. I always get worried about that. Every once in a while I end up with a massive delay, and I'm like, oh no, what happened? Alright, we're good. Back into here, though. Alright, I want to clean some of this up a little bit. Mouth is definitely a little bit too wide. I definitely need to make mouth a little bit smaller, I think. Let's go like that. Okay. That's not going to cooperate with me? I need to figure out the best way to get the like actual mouth shape here. Which is mostly these loops here. And then these guys in here as well, forming the inside of the lips. Did I get everybody? Almost. I think I got everybody now. Yeah. Okay. I think if I left that how it was, the lips would have been like way too big and it just would have looked really weird. I think that helps a little bit though. Definitely have to get back in here and turn that off and do some tweaks here though. Probably gonna need more than a few tweaks here. Let's see. That guy can get pulled down a little bit. I don't know what you are inside of there. I think it's one of these guys over here. Yeah. Pull that back a little bit so it's not in the way. All in all, this isn't terrible progress for about 2 hours. I'm actually kind of impressed with myself right now. Let's see, though. I definitely think having the face a little bit flatter here like this helps a lot with the anime style, though. Having the eyes end up setting back this far is much more like a for like a Western style of doing a character. Oops. Okay. There's so much going on here. I'm starting to lose track of vertices and stuff. This is gonna be another one of those spots where I end up with a weird shape going on. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Oh well, we could pull that in like that, clean that up a little bit. Not a big deal for now. That will become a problem later, I think, though. But if it does, we deal with it. That's actually fixing a little bit of the problem I thought I was going to have there. Okay. We can deal with that. I've been sitting too long. Okay, this definitely needs to come out, though. And this guy as well. And this is where we're going to start getting a little bit nightmare fuel-y. Start getting a lot of like weird shapes like this. Pull this guy back. Pull this back a little bit. You guys are probably hearing noise from the floor below me. I thought they had moved out. I guess not. Lovely. Oh well. I just noticed the music and the floor starting to shake below me. All right. So let's save again here. Save as 3. This is pretty good ground covered for about an hour, almost 2 hours. Oh, you're not hearing? Okay. Yeah, it probably wouldn't be picking up super loud. I'm definitely noticing it because like my whole floor and desk is shaking. But that's whatever. But I think this is where I'm gonna leave off for now. Give me 1 second to figure out somebody to raid, see if anybody's on. And yeah, go from there. Oh, Melanie's on. Let's go raid Melanie. Thanks for coming out, guys. I appreciate it. I'm going to be continuing on this probably on stream next Friday. Work permitting, I got to see like a schedule or something, what's going on there. Aside from that, tomorrow we're going to be working on that MMO server I was talking about, and Sunday is going to be Unreal and C++. Both are probably going to be around noon, 1 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern time. And that's going to be that. Make sure I got the name right here so I can send a raid. Just drop a Blender raid in the chat, somebody. I think I got that right. Yep, got it. Cool. Appreciate you guys coming out, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow.